have a list of those. Guys, I'm still trying to record the lesson. It was requested. The lesson was requested to be recorded. Okay, but it's fine now. Hence, I was not sharing. But it's all good now. Refense, are you there? Guys, are you able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am, we are.
Okay. Were you guys with me on the number two when I was completing it? Because I'm not sure if you guys were able to hear me.
No, ma'am,
No, ma'am,
you
we're not able to hear you. You're muted.
Oh, okay. Let me try to share my screen again. Um, is it visible now?
yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Thank you. As I was saying that there's somebody who answered this question exactly like how I've written it here. So I'll just re-explain. So she said she checked for factors of 14 and 21, and then the common factor in this case, the highest common factor was 7, and then she checked how many times does 7 goes into 14, and then how many times does 7 go into 21. So it was 2 and 3 respectively. So that's why there you are having 2 divided by 3, and the 2 is going to have a minus because we have a minus 14. So minus 14 divided by 7 is going to be minus 2, okay? And we have a minus 2 divided by that. So I was saying that because they said the answer must be in the form of in a positive exponent, not x to the power of -1, but instead you should write it like this: 1 divided by x, because they don't want this negative exponent. So this is why the x is going down and the y is remaining up there, okay? Because the exponent of x is bigger on the denominator, yes, and then the exponent of y is bigger on the numerator. So you bring the smaller one to the bigger one. So we brought just x to the power of 1, remember, to the x to the power of 3. So this is why here you are seeing my x to the power of 3 minus 1, and then the y it's y to the power of 2 minus 1 because there's an invisible one here. So this one is going to is going to be minus from the 2 there. That's why you're seeing the y to the power of 2 minus 1, and we simplified that. So we had a minus 2y divided by 3 to the power of, no, 3x to the power of 2. Are we all good?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Perfect. And let's go to number 3. But before we go to number 3, do we have any question, or do we have somebody who calculated and they got a total different answer? Okay, I'll just assume that there is no question. Okay, let's go to number 3. Number 3, let's see. There's there's who? There's Refense. Refense, how did you do number 3? This one. Okay. And let's go to Taku. Taku, how did you do this? Okay, Mukundi.
For number 3, ma'am.
Number 3, how did you do number 3?
Oh, I just timed the coefficients and plus the exponents. So I got positive 6 and x.
Me too.
Positive 6 and x.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's 2x. You're saying you got 2x. Who's saying me too?
Me, ma'am. Asa.
Rosemary, was that you? Um, okay. Mukundi, you said you multiplied the coefficient and you got 6, and you said you multiply the x, and then you added the exponent. How did you work out the exponent? So you're saying we have 6, Mukundi? 6.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I got
You said
6.
how did you work out the exponents of mm-hmm.
I added them.
Okay, and then when you added them, how much did you get?
I got 0.
You got 0. And what's gonna be your answer?
Positive 6x to the power 1 is 0.
Wait, what?
Wait, ma'am, I'm confused.
Okay. Do we
Yeah,
have somebody? Okay, okay. Mm-hmm.
it's positive 6 and x. That's all, ma'am.
So the answer is 6x.
Yes.
Okay, who's agreeing with Mukundi? Do we have somebody who agrees with Mukundi?
Yes, ma'am. It's Rosemary.
Rosemary. You said how
Yes.
did you do it, Rosemary? How did you
I
do it?
did it the same way how he did it. I started by multiplying the coefficients, then I added the x's. I added the x's exponents, and they also gave me a 0. So I said 6 to the power of x.
6 to the power of x.
Yes, ma'am.
So yours is 6 to the power of x.
Oh, I meant 6x, not 6 to the power of x. Sorry.
6x. Okay. I hear you guys are saying you got x to the power of 0, but you're still writing this. What did we say? Anything to the power of 0 is?
It's
Anything to the
1.
power of
What did we
1.
say? Is equals to 1. So why are we left with this x here? Do you like x?
No.
So that means the answer is just going to be 6, because it's going to be 6 multiplied by 1, which is the same as 6, okay? Are we together?
Yes, ma'am.
So the answer is going to be 6, just 6, because we're going to have 2 multiplied by 2 is 6. X to the power of negative 1 multiplied by x is the same as x to the power of minus 1 plus 1. So 1 plus 1 is equals to 0. The same as 1 minus 1, which is 0. So that means we're going to have 6x to the power of 0, which is the same as 6, because x to the power of 0, or anything to the power of 0, sorry, is equals to 1. So 6 multiplied by 1 is going to be 6. Are we all good?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Now let's move to 4. Rosemary, how did you do your 4? 3x to the power of negative 2 multiplied by to the power of 3y multiplied by negative 3x to the power of 3.
Ma'am, number 4, I jumped it because for me it was a bit confusing. So I said I was gonna get back to it.
Okay, do we have somebody who completed it and they're able to unmute their mic? Ule, did you complete it? How are you going to do it?
I'm going to multiply.
Ma'am, ma'am, I'm going to multiply 3 3 with an invisible one. Then I say -3. After that, it's gonna give me -9. After, I'm going to say x to the power -2
Perfect.
plus 3 minus plus -3. Then
Perfect.
I'm going to y -3y. Then I should say -9 -9x -9x plus 1 plus times plus 3, then y plus 3y. Then my answer is going to be -9x to the power -3y. Wait, to the power of 3y. To the power of 3y. Why are we having a y here? Up here. How did it get up there? And then because of the y from the x from the x. Yes, ma'am, from that one. But how did it travel up there? How did it go up there? Ma'am, it's not up, it's down. Okay, but you said to the power of 3y. Okay, so you meant to the power of 3 and then y is down here. Okay. Okay. And this is your final answer. No, ma'am. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, ma'am. I mean, no. Ma'am, my answer is -9x to the power -2y. To the power -2, not 3, ma'am. Perfect. Here I'm agreeing with you, Ole. So guys, and also you, Rosemary, you said you find it a bit confusing. So what do? You focus on the coefficient. You focus on the numbers first. So we have one invisible one here. So anything multiplied by 1 is that very same thing, okay? So this is why I'm just going to say 3 multiplied by -3, which I got a -9, okay? And then now we go to what? We go to x's. So we just gonna, because everything is being multiplied. So when you're multiplying the same basis, you add the exponents. Hence you are having, Ole is having here, x to the power of -2 plus this 3 plus the -3, ne? So the positive 3 is going to cancel that -3, and now after working out with the x's, we are left with just y. So y doesn't have any friend, any cousin whatsoever. So we're going to have a -9 x to the power of -2y. Okay, and this is going to be our final answer. Remember, a way in which you can try to and check if your answer is correct, you choose two values. One you will use as your x value and the other one you use as your y value, and then you're going to substitute from on the original expression, and again you're going to substitute the digits that you've chosen as your x and y values here on your final answer, just to check if you get the same answer when you put, let's say you choose 2 and 3 and 2 and 3 for this one respectively, x and y. And if you get the same answer as you calculate for this, that means your answer is correct. But if you don't, that means you probably did something wrong somewhere, somehow. Are we all good? Are we clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Are we perfect? Perfect. Now let's go to 5. For 5, we are having in brackets 3x to the power of negative y. 3x in brackets to the power of negative 2. And how did you guys do this one? Or how do you think we're going to do this one in case you didn't do it yet?
Ma'am, we times everything which is inside the brackets by -2.
Wait. What did you say?
We times everything that's in the brackets by -2.
Mukundi, I cannot hear you properly. Is it Mukundi that's talking?
Yes, ma'am.
And you said, what are we gonna do, or what you gonna do?
We times everything that's in the brackets by -2.
And how and okay, and how are we going to do that? What's gonna be the answer?
The answer is -6 x to the power 2. Well, that's what I got.
Rosemary, are you agreeing with what Mukundi is saying here? -6. And you said for x, Mukundi, what you said -2. I mean -6. And
It's x to the power 2.
x to the power of 2. Okay, Rosemary.
Ma'am, I got a different answer. Way
How
too
did,
different years.
how did you do it?
So I multiplied -3x by -3x by -3x, and then it gave me 27. And I multiplied each for each and every x, I multiplied the exponent -2, -2, -2 3 times, and I got -6. So my answer is 27 to the power of -6.
27 to the power of
-6.
27 to the power of -6.
Yes.
And what happened to your x?
Oh, it has to be 27x to the power of -6. Sorry.
Okay. Okay, guys, when you are having something like this, this simply means that the -2 is an exponent to the 3 and exponent to this one. So it's more like it's 3 to the power of -2 and x to the power of -2. Ne, guys? So when you're having something like this, the -2 is an exponent to everything that's in the bracket. As long as if there's no plus sign or minus in between. If there's that, that means you're gonna open another bracket. But if it's like this, it's just one thing, which is 3x. So that means the -2 is an exponent to 3, an exponent to x, right? And what is 3 to the power of 2? What do you get
9.
when you 9? So that means we're gonna have a 9, and we're gonna have what? We're gonna have x to the power of -2, ne? And this is the same as wait, because it's a -2, ne, guys. So that means it's the same as okay, let me try to rewrite it here. So it's 3x This is not an x. 3x to the power of -2. This can also be written as 1 divided by 3x to the power of 2, like that, okay? And when it's like this, it's like 1 divided by 9 and x to the power of 2. This is going to be your final answer. And to prove if your answer is correct, you're going to choose any number of your choice and substitute as x value, and then you're going to do the very same thing here. And if you get the same answer, then your answer is correct. But if you don't, then that means there's something wrong somehow, okay? And let's go to, and as you try to prove your things, your work, né? Just make sure that you avoid using a 1 as your value. Try to use any number from 2. Avoid at all times to use 0 and 1, okay? Are we clear? You use any number from 2 upwards, okay? I usually use 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you try to use those numbers, you're going to be good. Because sometimes when you substitute 0 as your value, you get that the answer that you get from the one that you're given on the equation or the expression is the same as the one that you got. And when you put a 2 or a 3, you don't get the same thing. You see, some way, somehow you could have done something wrong. But I wanted to go to another one, and the time now is 18:55. I think we'll just hop on the questions. Do we have any question, guys? Do you have any question for me with regards to what we did today?
No, ma'am.
Okay, guys, as okay, I was not able to see the thing, the text that you sent under the chat, because as I'm sharing the screen, what you see on the screen is what I see. No question. Okay, cool. Let's see. Apaho, do you have any question? Apaho Malubele, Rosemary, Taku Oyama,
No,
Mukundi,
ma'am.
Busisiwe, Asa. Okay, guys. Remember, you're not gonna close your books as I end the lesson now. You keep your books opened um, up until you're done with matric. Then you can decide if you still want to do that. Okay, but for now, make sure that each and every day you study something. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's just 30 minutes or an hour. Okay. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys, and good luck with next week. I think most of you guys are going back to school. How many of you guys are going to school next week?
Me, ma'am.
Mukondi,
And Rosemary.
Rosemary, me on the 15th, Asa. Okay, cool, guys. Enjoy the first day of your school and your first week. I'll see you guys next time when we meet. Bye, guys.
Bye.